Hello and welcome to Sparkles for Mental Health, Personal Growth in 5 Dimensions. Today's guest is Eileen Roth. Welcome, Eileen.
Thank you. Good morning, Dr. Christina.
Thank you. And Eileen, you are an organizer. Now tell us how organizing your life can help people to sparkle.
I think you lose your sparkle when you are disorganized.
That's a good one.
That's the people I usually work with. The name of my business is Everything in Its Place because I try to teach you how to put everything in its place so that you can relax and have less stress in your life, save time, and probably save money too. And definitely save your brain health.
Brain health, mental health, that's my passion. So many people say that hoarding or the extreme disorganization state is a mental illness. Now, what about people that are just disorganized? What can they do?
Okay. Many people are disorganized, and I think part of the reason is in today's society, people are always buying things. You are bombarded by ads everywhere. You need this, get that. Oh, you need this latest thing. Oh, this is better than it was. So whether it's a machine or it's clothes or it's even food, just because you see an ad doesn't mean that you need it or should use it. So one of the first questions you want to ask yourself is, do I need this? Am I going to use it before you buy it? Do I have enough tops in my closet? Do I have too many? Do I have a bunch that I would consider cleaning clothes? Or, I would never put this on for anyone to see me in it. And if that's the case, then you really want to dispose of it. We're just right now happen to be, just past spring cleaning, or you may still be in spring cleaning because if you still had snow, you might not be doing it yet. So it's a good time to take a look around your house. And I recommend you start with just one room. Do not try to do the whole house in one day. It won't happen. I guarantee it, unless you have very little clutter. So when you get rid of clutter, let me put it this way. When you look into your house, do you really feel like you enjoy it? If you're not enjoying your house, your home, your family, if things are hectic, if you see messes scattered all over the place when you walk in the door to your own house, then you're affecting your mind because your brain is going, oh, you got to do this. It's reminding you that you need to do this. Or it's saying, why are you living in this mess? Why do you have a problem functioning because you look at things and go, oh, I'm going to do it later. And you constantly keep putting it off and procrastinating. And so every day it says to you something like, I'm sitting here. When are you going to get rid of me?
Putting my papers from one side on the others and adding a few to it. I always have a stack of papers somewhere laying around. So I probably would qualify as disorganized that way.
So Christina, you need to set up a file system, one of my specialties, Chrissy. So you don't have to be a hoarder to cause some brain problems in the sense of just extra stress in your day, just extra frustration. You can't find it when you want it. Like all of a sudden you need it. Like, where did I put it? Well, you got this pile together and you just shifted it over there, whether it's clothes or papers or the tickets to the theater that you wanted to go to. It's like you have to establish a place for everything, which is why I named my company Everything in Its Place. You need to decide that it has a home, and where am I going to find it? So certain things like the mail is one of the biggest distractions. People open the mail and then they just leave it there. It sits on the kitchen counter, opened or unopened. I had a client, we were going through the papers on his desk and he found a check that he never cashed because it was still buried in a pile.
Wow, I wish that would happen to me.
I did try to do a hoarder once. Unfortunately, her son hired me and he didn't live in the state. And I went to her house and I think he told his mom that I was coming, but she wouldn't even let me in the door. And I could see just from the 2 inches of the door that there was just tons of stuff there. And And that's a hoarding person, and someone really needs to step in more than me because they need some extra help to allow me to come in type thing. But most people, it's not a question of hoarding. The only thing that they're usually hoarding is memories. That is a big thing. They save every card they got from the holidays. They save every card from Mother's Day, from their birthdays. If you really want to save some cards, pick out the one or two from that one person that you want to save, and that's it, and limit it. But really, unless it was really a special message in there, you don't need all those cards.
Mm.
And memories are even harder. I understand that. Like, you want to remember this person, but how much can you save? A lot of it, you can take a picture with your camera and put it in your photos, and then you can save that. We just did a major birthday party for my husband. And I got to tell you, even going through our photos and picking out just the ones I wanted to put into a slideshow was a 4 or 5 day project because I started out with like 500 pictures. I go, this is crazy. No one's going to want to sit there for 500 pictures. And it's like, those are our memories, though, is the pictures more than anything physical or tangible. I mean, there's a few things you might get from a vacation or trip that remind you of the trip, but really it's the pictures and what you did. It's the memories that are in your head that you enjoy. It's not all these physical things that you need to keep.
I love that attitude because really it's the memories that we want. And some people forget to enjoy the moment because they're so focused. Oh, I have to take a picture of that. No,
Yes,
when there's a beautiful sunset, it's the time to enjoy the sunset, not necessarily to take a picture for the afterworld.
right. And the same thing when your folks, your parents pass away and the house has to be emptied. Don't go taking it all into your house. That was their house. They lived in it. It's not your stuff, and it's not going to even go in your house, probably. The furniture's probably different. And what it does is add clutter to your house. So
That's a
that affects your mind too, because now you've got the stuff and you're going, oh, well, that was my mom's. I can't get rid of it. Well, yes, you can. It was your mom's, and she's not here, and you have your life and your stuff. It's the memories, it's the pictures of your parents, of what you did with them. It's the good times that you remember. Take a picture of the house if you want before you sell it. Um, I have a picture of my house from when I first, was born. I have a picture of my house where I raised my kids, but that's all I have is an outside of the house picture. I don't have every room in the house pictures, except if they're in a picture during one of the kids' birthday parties or something. Those are the memories. We hold on to so much stuff. And I don't know where this concept came from. I know people want to buy it, but you go on a trip and you go, I've got to have a souvenir. Do you really? I mean, the souvenir is the pictures you're taking, it's the things that you did. You don't need to save the tickets from the cruise ship
It's
or
the
the
people you met, it's the
place.
people you went
Yes.
with, it's the sunsets you experienced, not the
Mm-hmm.
pictures you take home to impress
It's
your
the
boy.
pictures, yeah, will remind you of the experiences. You don't need to have tangible things to clutter up your home.
I think that's a very important thing because many of us are so attached to things and they forget that to live your life has nothing to do with things because we lose the things when we pass. And I want to ask you a question because I admired my mom. She passed recently. And before she passed, 2 or 3 years before, she was in her 90s and she knew it wouldn't be forever. So she started to get rid of everything in her apartment that she didn't absolutely need. And my brother and I, we both, when we visited, she lived in Germany, she asked us, what do you want from me when I pass? Which picture do you want? Put your name on a sticker on the back. I admire that. I deeply do. And then when she passed, it was easy to clean out her apartment because everything was assigned or discarded. It was amazing.
The same thing happened when my mother passed. She died at age 49.
Yeah.
My father said, what do you want from the house? And that way he knew which child to give what to. And before he let it go, I still yelled at him. There was one thing I wanted that I never got. And it was a
Same.
silly thing. It was
My
a
father
paint
got
by
things that
number
I really
picture.
wanted, but hey, siblings, right? I live.
And go on, but you know what? That memory is still in my mind of what that picture was. It was something that I made for my mother when she was dying of cancer. and I wanted it, but it was not a big deal. I don't know I would have even had it at this age still in my house, as it was just a paint by number picture on velvet that I had made of a scene
No,
that she
Eileen,
kept.
let me ask you another question. Organization is important. And many people that struggle with mental health issues, depression, they just can't get started. And once you have a mess, and you said start with one area, it's hard to even start with one area sometimes.
Right. I didn't break it down. You do. I break it all the way down. One guy in a seminar that I was doing said to me, can I start with just my dresser top? I said, absolutely. You start with the smallest area that you will be able to tackle. So if it's a whole dresser, that's fine. But if it's just the dresser top, that's fine. If it's a quarter of the dresser top, that's fine. You want to have a feeling of a reward in a way, in the sense that you've accomplished something when you are done with a session. So if you tackle too much, you'll feel like, oh, I didn't get it done. So don't do that to yourself. Decide that you're going to do just whatever you can do. Let's say you only have 15 minutes. Fine. In 15 minutes, what can you do in 15 minutes? I sometimes tease my clients, play beat the clock. It used to be a TV show where you had a time to do something. So in this case, you're going to do the same thing. I'm going to only declutter for 15 minutes. So set an alarm, and when the 15 minutes goes over, you're done, except whatever's in your hand has to go wherever it was supposed to go.
That's a great tip. And what do you do when you're done with the 15 minutes? You celebrate. That's the most important thing.
Right.
Because it helps the brain, the reward system. Hey, I achieved something. And then it's more likely that you want to repeat it.
Right. So you can give yourself a quick reward. It can be anything from a piece of candy or a cookie, which I know I'm telling you that you're going to get. You might not
Get up and do the victory dance.
It could be just a victory dance.
Power move.
Yes, anything that will make you feel good about what you just did. And then just schedule it for the next day, another 15 minutes, or maybe you can do it even like twice a day, 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening, or something like that. Figure out a schedule that works for you, but don't try to lay the whole house. I'm going to do the whole house this weekend. It's not going to happen.
That's true.
And you also have to sometimes schedule based on the season, because if you want to clean out your garage, you don't want to do it in winter because it's too cold to open the door and have any air coming in and stuffy. So you probably want to do that in the spring or the early fall, because sometimes, well, depending where you live, my summer here is 120 degrees in Scottsdale, so I'm not doing anything this summer.
That is nice. Love Arizona.
Yes. So that's some of the things that you can do. And also, if you set a schedule, try to keep it. Yes, you can miss a day. Don't berate yourself for missing it. See, so you missed a day because you can't always make a schedule and say, I'm always going to do this like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And it doesn't happen because on Wednesday you suddenly have something being not even home to do anything with your house. You're out, or you're working Monday to Friday. So you do only have weekends. So then now you're going to only do it like in an evening, or you're doing it on the weekend.
And what I found was very helpful for me sometimes, just to ask for help, to ask my husband, hey, can you help me clean that office out? I hate the looks. Or my neighbor, she's very organized. I said, can you help me with the paper stuff? And she said to me, what do you need all those papers for? That's sometimes all you need, somebody that is very organized like yourself to help actually do the thing. So tell the listeners, if they are saying, well, I need to organize my house, but I really have nobody that is so organized that I can ask for help. How can they reach you?
They can reach me on my website. It's everything in its place, but it's .net. Someone beat me to .com. It's one of those junk magazines. So it is everything in its place .net, which is the name of my company. And again, my name is Eileen Roth. And also you can find me on various social media. I'm on almost everything. Not super active, but I am on LinkedIn. I'm at Eileen Roth. And on Twitter, I'm at Eileen Roth. And on YouTube, it is also Eileen Roth. But Instagram and Pinterest is Eileen Roth Organizer. I added a word because my name is popular.
It
By the way,
is.
Eileen is spelled with an E. It's Eileen because Eileen is spelled several different ways.
That is awesome. Then make sure that your name and your website is underneath the video and in the show notes.
And you will recognize me because I'm the only one who wrote Organizing for Dummies. I wrote the Yellow and Black Dummies book series, just the organizing one. So you'll recognize that you're in the right place.
You need that book. Anybody, I have to buy a copy for myself. Thank you so much for being on the show, Eileen. Let's get that show organized.
Thank you.
When you combine modern science, ancient wisdom, nature experience and love, magic happens. I'm Dr. Christine Sauer, physician, naturopath, coach, human. It feels like magic to my clients when their lives are transformed through the skills combination of natural and human sciences, ancient philosophies, and caring human-to-human interaction. Discover this kind of modern wizardry and let's prepare powerful healing potions together. Come and enter our wonderful world of wellness.